because of a little rain. And look at this, the color guard is moving. The Parade of Champions has begun.
And at the start of the parade, we have our local 10's Jason Martinez. Jason, we're going to check in with you quickly here to sort of set the scene for us and tell us what you're seeing right now.
Well, these fans are ready to go, and watch this. The parade has begun with Bernie. Yep, you can see him right on top of that fire truck right there. And let's just take this moment to take this in, this parade. Think about all the foes, all the enemies along this playoff run against the Heat that they had to beat. Obviously, the Milwaukee Bucks, not much of an enemy. But then you get into that Bull series, and you get into Nate Robinson, Carlos Boozer, the rest of those guys. Then you make your way to the mighty Pacers. What a series that was with Roy Hibbert. Nobody thought they could stop big Roy Hibbert down below. Paul George on the perimeter. And then the big three in San Antonio. I wonder what they're doing right now. I wonder if Ginobili, Parker, and Duncan are tuned into Local10.com watching this right now, because you know San Antonio's never been on this side of a parade. So Bernie telling folks to make some noise. He's leading things off for the Heat, and why not? And here's a crowd. You can see the next double-decker bus making its way in as they slowly make their way down Southwest 8th Street here. It's our back-to-back parade. It's a parade of champions. And these guys have earned it. It took 7 games, twice. Pat Riley, of course, the mastermind of this team, deserves all the credit. Pat Riley has stuck behind Coach Spo throughout. When many fans wouldn't, Pat Riley knew Coach Spo had what it takes to lead this team. You can see an up-close shot at Bernie. Let's see if we can get Bernie to wave to us. There he is.
And Jason, is that confetti coming from the buildings, or is that coming from the folks on the buses throwing it up in the air?
They have a confetti thrower out here, Lori. Each bus is equipped with one. Yeah, and so it's going to be a mess out here when it's all said and done. No! Bernie wanted to spray me, but he knows better than that. And I'm hearing rumors that LeBron has a squirt gun too, and he is squirting fans. Now you can see Pat Riley. Brian, I don't know if you can see Pat Riley right at the front of the bus there. And there's the confetti thrower.
We can.
Right up front. You know, Pat Riley's been a part of many of these parades, obviously with the Heat and Lakers, and I can imagine it never gets old because you always know to appreciate these moments when you can. So Pat Riley really stays under the radar all throughout the postseason. You see him there off the bench, off the sidelines, but he never says anything. He just smiles, looks confident on the sideline, almost as if he knows. And that is Mickey Arison, the front left. Obviously, Mickey Arison considered one of the best owners in all of sports. Smiling and enjoying this moment. There he is, Mickey Arison. Wave to us. Wave to us, Mickey Arison. Look at the confetti come down.
And Jason, Mickey, we have to hear from Will now about Mickey Arison. It's so rare that Mickey Arison speaks to any of the media, but Will, he took some real time after this championship to speak with you.
He savored it, and you know, he knows what Pat Riley, you saw Jason there getting a nice wave from Mickey, and Mickey's been a behind-the-scenes guy. He's in the front, you know, always in the front row, always watching his team. He's a big fan. But he kind of tries to stay out of the spotlight because he wants that spotlight to be on his players and Erik Spoelstra and Pat Riley. I think what Jason said was true, too, about Riley. He's been through it so many times, and I remember the day Riley took the job with the Heat, and he said, I envision a parade down Biscayne Boulevard. Well, that's 3 now. This is the 3rd one. So Riley knew it would come one day, and he's had it now 3 times with the Heat.
What else did Mickey Arison say to you that was just surprising?
I thought the part of him that was surprising to me was just talking about the heartache he feels at every moment. I think sometimes people will say, oh, he's a billionaire, he's got so much money, he doesn't have to worry about anything. And you're right, look, he's in a much better position as we see Erik Spoelstra. Now look at this smile on his face. See if Jason can get a reaction from him, because I love Spo when he has his hat turned around backwards. I've actually given him a hard time about this. He looks like he's 18 years old when he has his hat turned around backwards.
He is a big kid.
He's got so much energy, but I thought Mickey Arison too. I know he's a billionaire. I know he's a rich guy, but he, like all those fans watching now and all the fans here, really hurts when the Heat lose, and he really takes those losses hard, and he feels that in those big moments like a Game 6 and a Game 7. He's a true fan, and I think that's what makes him a great owner, like Jason said.
He's the leader of a great and classy organization. Let's check back in with Jason Martinez. Jason, what are you seeing now?
Amongst all the players and coaches, we see Julie Page, of course, the national anthem singer throughout the playoffs. She gained national recognition for her great Star Spangled Banners. A lot of, I think, think Heat staffers are involved here as well. A lot of employees who, behind the scenes, you may not recognize, but played a huge role in this championship run. A lot of the players saying they appreciated this run more than last year. They had to work harder for it. Perhaps the competition was even harder. I mean, it didn't take 7 games in the finals last year. It took them 5 to beat that Oklahoma City team. But, boy, their opponents gave them everything they possibly could. As you get a first look at the double-decker bus and the Larry O'Brien Trophy making its way towards us for the first time we've seen it. They're playing the Seven Nation Army song that fans have chanted all year. Chris Bosh holding that Larry O'Brien Trophy. Heard Will Manso talk about how underrated he was. Obviously, his defense was huge, especially Game 6, blocking Danny Gree's attempt to tie it. And so Bosh, of course, earning that Larry O'Brien Trophy, his second. Next to Bosh, you can see Joel Anthony is there. Many of the other players. We didn't get to see a lot of Joel Anthony in these finals. Nice to see Chris Bosh. You know, I wonder why he was the one who holds it. I bet you that's a decision LeBron and D-Wade made, trying to solidify him as a for sure member of the Big Three. Hold it high, Chris. Hold it high. You'll never hold a more important trophy in your life. His wife, Adrian, on the bus.
Don't you?
Adrian Bosh there. Many of the wives and families enjoying it. How you doing? The Extreme Team.
And Jason,
Extreme Team aboard the bus.
Jason, as Will is right here, I think you're right. That is a true honor for Chris Bosh. There's no doubt probably LeBron and D-Wade told him they wanted him carrying that trophy.
I think there's no player on this team that has gotten more heat of late than Chris Bosh. And the beauty of the heat, I think those players have come to his defense so many times. You saw Jason show Chris the trophy. I think that's symbolic of them saying, you know what? We have this trophy. A big reason why is because of him. No matter what critics say, no matter what outsiders say, we are glad he's one of us, and we're holding this trophy today and celebrating this championship, mainly in many ways because of him and every single member, the 15 on this team.
He also took it the hardest the first time when we lost against the Mavericks. Who can't forget that scene when he was in the tunnel there as you're looking live at Mike Miller.
Mike Miller.
He was the real hero of last year's NBA championship. But Bosh really took it hard. That picture of him in the tunnel leaning over on all fours there, almost in the fetal position, crying about that big loss.
He was the one that took it hardest, maybe. And to get it now 2 straight years, the celebration, the feeling, he's felt that heartache. You know, LeBron said he's felt that heartache before, too, a couple of times now. And you see the celebrating there, a lot of Heat staffers, a lot of fans. And Jason, I know you got Mike Miller making his way close, and Birdman.
Birdman, take it away, Jason.
We got Birdman and Mike Miller right on top of this bus. We wanted him to spread his plume and do a little caca for us, but I think his wings are a little tired. He did it a lot. Played some great D under the basket for us. The energy down here is amazing, just what you'd think. Confetti flying everywhere. Players enjoying this just as much as the fans, as you'd imagine.
And I think one of those buses had the Heat dancers and maybe some golden oldies.
That's right. I mean, look at this. We got the van that's been signed by every fan imaginable. And I will say this parade is much slower and longer than it was last year. So I think the Heat taking some hints from the public saying, hey, we want this thing to last longer. We want to see more floats. We want to see more people from the Heat. And why not? Hey, what's the rush? Let's enjoy this while we can. Take our time, and this thing will go all the way back to the American Airlines Arena. And from what I believe, we've seen everybody except LeBron and Dwayne Wade. Although I think I see Ray Allen coming. No, that is not Ray Allen. My bad, but he will. Because Allen is the reason we're here. Let's be honest.
Well, we see in that camera shot we have here, we see Udonis Haslem, we see James Jones, we see a lot of the family members there taking pictures. How about UD? Heart and soul of the 305 right there. Born and raised in the county of Dade, as he likes to tell you, a guy who's proud to be from this community. And he's got his 3rd championship. I want to talk about a dream come true, a man who grew up in this community, to come back here, former Florida Gator, and now win his 3rd NBA championship. And oh, by the way, a guy who took a pay cut a couple years ago. We forget he had an opportunity to leave Miami and go to Dallas, had opportunities to go elsewhere. And Udonis Haslem right there with his family close by. UD just celebrated a birthday within the last month, so this is a continued celebration for him.
And his daughter is just trying to figure out, why are people waving at us like this? I didn't do anything except skip summer camp today.
It must be about me. She's thinking, oh my goodness, I'm such the star. And today she is. She and her dad. What a feeling, Will, for a local guy. That's just hard to imagine. fantastic to see. And as you saw it when we showed you two camera scenes there, the very beginning of the parade has